Hi there, band students and parents. I'm going to make a video here about three things that are optional. The first one is a batch of opportunities called honor bands. And the second one is about the CMS Symphonic Travel Band trip that we'll be taking to Madison in Wisconsin Dells because there's a meeting tomorrow night that's pretty important. And then finally, just some pictures of my family. So there we go. The first one here is the kind of the most coveted and most honorable band that you can get in, the Minnesota Band Directors Association Honor Band. And there's tons of stuff here for you to check out if you're interested at all. They put together one band. They'll have hundreds of people audition. And then just a few get in. They build one band's worth from all around the state of Minnesota. They rehearse with some famous people. Some really great educators usually work with the students, and then they do a single performance. So it's kind of a one-shot deal. So you have to be able to make not only make it in, but you also have to be available for the actual concert. Looks like April 6th and 7th, and there's a cost to it. And it's the window for submitting auditions online is November 26th through December 3rd, so it's coming up. There will be some materials available in Schoology. If you head to Schoology and go to resources, you'll see a folder called Honor Band. Okay, there are more than just this one available. This is a one-shot deal, like I said. There are some other ones, like Minnesota Youth Jazz Bands. This is a group that continues playing. There's actually three of them, so three full jazz bands that perform most of the year. And then we have the Minnesota Junior Winds, which is a local group, and they've been put together here. I think in Edina they meet. There's a couple groups, and they're always looking for people to audition and join. So here's the website about that, and looks like they've got a list of all the schools represented here. It's a pretty cool thing. Minnesota Junior Winds. And then so that's more of a concert band focus. So we had jazz band, concert band, and then here's kind of an orchestral focus. The Greater Twin Cities Youth Symphonies, commonly known as GITSES. They have several groups that work in conjunction with a lot of people from the Minnesota Orchestra. Looks like, yeah, several groups here. And there's details about the auditions and the calendar and all that stuff. So the very, very, very well accepted group here. The GITSES has been around for a long time. And then, of course, we have some other opportunities at MacPhail Center for Music, both in Minneapolis and Chanhassen. They've got a lot of great things for young kids all the way up through adults, different ensembles, different programs, different classes you can take, lots and lots of private lessons and ensembles to perform in. And then they have plenty of summer camps as well. So those are just some opportunities that are really, really great. If students want to take advantage of them, they can, but they're totally optional. And I think, if a student is enjoying band, they like their instrument, and they like to practice, these are some good things for them to take advantage of that look really good on a resume in high school and college. So, secondly, on Tuesday, tomorrow night, Tuesday, October 30th, we will have a meeting at CMS at 6 o'clock in the band room. You could come to the east side parking lot off of Technology Drive and come to door 36 if you want to find out about the Travel Symphonic Band. We've been doing this. This will be our fourth year. We alternate each year. So the first year we did it was Chicago, and then we went to Madison and Wisconsin Dells, and then we repeat the process. We went to Chicago last year, Wisconsin Dells, and Madison this year. Next year, Chicago again. So it's put on by our Student Activities Department. Thanks to Connie Ewing, we do get a lot of stuff going through her. 3 directors. It's totally optional. It's co-curricular. So we meet in the morning before school, and we rehearse basically January and February, and then we do our tour in March. So to back up a little bit, tomorrow night's meeting will be information, and forms will be available. Students will be able to start registering and for about a week. And then we will see what kind of registrants we get, and we'll put together a roster. And we've been talking to students that, and in our presentations in the past, that students who have been involved in the percussion ensemble, woodwind ensemble, and brass ensemble have first priority in terms of when we put together the roster. Second priority goes to kids that are involved in the mornings in jazz band and pep band, our larger groups. And then finally, we'll take anybody else that we can fit. We're hoping to take around 85 kids, and hopefully we'll have that work out. The price varies based on how many students go, so that's another consideration we'll have. But so we get all that situated, and then the fundraiser starts next week, and you can raise money for the trip by selling pizzas and all sorts of other goods. There's tons and tons of stuff for sale. It mostly can take place online. I would say we would try to set a goal this year of having everybody participate in some sort of selling for the fundraiser so that they can make sure that the financial burden on their parents is a little bit less. So that goes until the end of, well, right before Thanksgiving. Then we get some music out to the students in December, and rehearsals start in January. We'll rehearse Mondays and Thursdays in January in the morning, and then we get ready for the performance season. We'll perform with Prior Lake in a kind of clinic situation on February 25th. Then we head on our tour. We'll play a clinic at University of Wisconsin where we work with a professor out there, a professional musician. And in Madison, we'll give a performance in the Rotunda in the Capitol building. It's a beautiful building. And then on March 15th, we come home and have a home parent concert in the multipurpose room, perhaps in the gym. And then on Monday, March 18th, we'll have a joint concert with the 6th grade Fantastics and the Eden Prairie Wind Ensemble. Pretty fun. There'll be a Dropbox with all sorts of things ready. We'll use communication such as Schoology and campus. And then when we're on the road, we'll have an app that'll keep us all in contact with our parents, and everyone can kind of follow along online with what we're doing. So just some pictorials that take you through what we're doing. The buses are awesome. They've got movie screens and Wi-Fi and plug-ins. We'll get there. We'll have a family-style meal. We'll go to the Madison Symphony Orchestra. They'll be playing the Orchestral Brilliance. They'll have 3 different soloists, violin, clarinet, and tuba. Should be awesome. And then we'll get back to our hotel, and we'll have to get some good sleep that first night, at least, because we have a big day coming up. Buffet breakfast, and then we'll head over to UW-Madison, where we will work in a clinic situation with a guest conductor. They'll give us a lot of feedback as we polish everything for our big performance. So we'll take a quick break, get a tour of Madison, and it's one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. We'll check it all out. We'll get a nice big tour of the whole place and the music department. We'll have some lunch there, and then we'll head over to the Capitol building, this amazing building where we performed last time. This is kind of a blurry picture, but it's us performing last time. You can see the rotunda there. Performing for the public is a little bit different than playing for your parents. It's a lot more pressure, and it's a little bit more exciting, and you kind of get a real taste of what it's like to be a professional musician. Then we're kind of done with all the responsibilities. So we head over to Wisconsin Dells, and we go to the Kalahari Resort and spend some time in the indoor water park all evening. We have a pizza party and get to do whatever we want in America's largest indoor water park. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And at that point, we get back to our hotel rooms and maybe can let loose a little bit more, relax a little bit, get a good night's sleep, up in the morning for breakfast, and more water park. And then we, after a couple hours of water park, we get back on the bus and head back home. It's a great opportunity to make a lot of new friends, to get better at your instrument, and to travel. Traveling is great. The price will vary depending on how many students sign up, and it'll be great. It's a tight itinerary. The fundraising is great, and this whole presentation will be something that we go through at that meeting. That meeting is tomorrow night again at 6. And finally, I'll leave you with some photos. We'll just look at some photos of our last trip to Cuyahoga National Park in Ohio, and we stopped at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So there's Wiley and Oscar, 2 years apart, I think. I can't even tell which one's which. My wife made this to fool me. Anyway, we had some fun outside. Went to Cuyahoga Valley National Park, Cuyahoga Falls, spent some time in nature, and Walked around on the canal towpaths. It's pretty cool area. And that's all I've got for you guys, just some more photos. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. I hope you consider joining one of the honor bands or auditioning for the honor bands. And I hope you consider joining us on our trip out to Madison, Wisconsin. Have a nice day.